Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of the Blackbird Grimoire. Welcome to the daily forecast for Saturday, March 30th, 2024. Good morning. Happy Logies Day. Our astrology for today, we have the sun in Aries, cardinal fire representing courage. The moon is in third quarter Sagittarius, mutable fire representing optimism. Mercury is in Aries, cardinal fire representing alertness. Venus is in Pisces, mutable water representing compassion. Mars is in Pisces, mutable water representing curiosity. Jupiter is in Taurus, fixed earth representing practicality. Saturn is in Pisces, mutable water representing nostalgia. Uranus is in Taurus, fixed earth representing renovation. Neptune is in Pisces, mutable water representing imagination, and Pluto is in Aquarius, fixed air representing reformation. The moon is in the third quarter waning gibbous, so release the unneeded, absorb wisdom from all sources during the Sagittarius moon. If you have something to teach. Enjoy your philosophical debates. Go hiking, get outside if the weather will permit it at all. Things to avoid are cramped spaces, giving unsolicited advice, and getting caught up in pointless arguments. So, on this day of Saturn, because Saturday is a magical day, and it has this strong correspondence to all of the elements, you'll want to make the most of us. The moon is waning in Sagittarius, so this makes it a good time for internal magical workings. So banish what no longer serves you and go deep into your meditations. Our tarot for today is the Queen of Cups. Queens in this deck represents intuitiveness, being nurturing, being helpful. The Suit of Cups is the water element, receptive energy, and emotion. And the key words for this particular card are intuitive, nurturing, mother, and gentleness. So this is a rather nice atmosphere to have for Saturday morning, isn't it? It's all about looking after people, looking after ourselves, taking a softer approach to everything, and thinking about what is actually going to create the most good. So if you center your focus and your intentions around this today, you will probably be setting yourself up for a lot of good success. Next, our Celtic triad, three things which attack the weakest: enemies, wealth, and pride. So during a conflict, it's only common sense that the aggressor is always going to target the weakest point in the defenses and the weakest person at that weakest point. It doesn't make sense, for if someone is going against you, to attack you where you're strongest. That's foolishness. You always go for the weaknesses, and of course, that is just the nature of what enemies do. They have malign intention by definition. There's a difference. This is why it's so dangerous to treat people who have decided that they are your enemy as if they are your friend. You can't make peace by pretending that someone's behavior and their intentions are better towards you than what they are. That's just not how it's done. And then when it comes to pride, hubris, arrogance, these are all trademarks for people who are weak in mind and spirit. And of course, when it comes to wealth, someone who is of weak character, they're not going to be using wealth in a wise way. That's not going to last. It's not going to produce good results for anything. It's not going to really build someone up. It will be the source of their downfall. So these are things to bear in mind, especially as we are trying to shore up the weaknesses in our own character, trying to become better versions of ourselves. These are the pitfalls that we make ourselves vulnerable to if we say, I'm good enough. The thing that really gets on my nerves are all these, you're perfect just the way you are. Really? Because that doesn't sound like a human being to me. I'm just saying. Now, today's magical intention is influence. The color for this is brown, the plant is cinnamon, the animal is the cat, and the crystal is tanzanite. So the question is, how do you choose to wield your influence? If you are a practitioner of the craft, you are going to have greater influence just in general because of what you are than your average person you meet on the street. So using that influence wisely, because, our energy. It has this kind of loud presence, and that has a bigger impact. And that is even when we're not trying to influence people deliberately, because of the power we project, that influence is going to be nevertheless felt. So, using it wisely, using it in a conscious and thoughtful way, that is, of course, looking towards trying to do something productive and good. That is something that we can be, we should probably focus on a little bit more, be aware of. For our pagan practice, the question is, when do you feel the most powerful? We are coming into this time of year where nature is resurging with a very strong and powerful force, and we are probably feeding off of that energy as well. So, when do we most feel that kind of power, and where do we most feel it? That might be something for you to contemplate, particularly if you've been feeling a little bit disconnected and you're wanting to get back in the flow of things. Today is, of course, a good day to visit a farmer's market. In pagan societies, they were very big on making sure you supported people who were closest to home. Before you worry about what's going on around the world or in the next town, think about doing some good towards people who are your immediate neighbors. And this, of course, includes supporting them in a business way. And of course, at a farmer's market, that is local farmers, local homegrown food, things coming from the soil that you were residing upon, probably better for you in general. So there's a lot of different reasons. And of course, it is just an act of goodwill to frequent these things when we are able to again, support our neighbors. And today would be a good day to make an herbal sachet for the purpose of healing. And if you do, you might consider incorporating the herb thyme into that mix. If you're feeling contemplative, you might ask yourself, how can you become more spiritually free? Many pagans came from a very spiritually repressive backgrounds. So freeing ourselves from the old hangups, freeing ourselves from any lingering effects or trauma from that previous experience, that of course is just all to the benefit. So asking yourself, how can you free yourself from things that you shouldn't be chained up to? That could be something you could do. And then find a flower that's in bloom and study it. Study its physical properties, study its magical uses, learn everything that you can about it, and of course, record it all in your notebook. Now, for today's journal prompt, to go along with this picture I found, I'm asking you to contemplate the question, are you tending your magical field? And of course, your magical field is your soul. Your soul is your soil. That is where everything that you do takes root or not. So are you cultivating that soil? What is the kind of soil that you are working with? Take these things into account. And that is what I have for you today. Come back tomorrow for the next daily forecast. Leave your reactions to today's forecast in the comments section below, or email me at brigantiablackbird@protonmail.com. But that's all I have for you today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.